You're already bleeding when the radio goes dead, the sound cutting mid-breath into a hollow hiss that never recovers, and you don't stop moving because stopping was trained out of you long before this night, your gloved hand pressed tight against your side where warmth leaks steadily through fabric, your night vision flickering between green clarity and blind black as the forest hums with insects, or maybe just your pulse. And the man you were sent to extract is gone, your backup is gone, and there is no one left to confirm what you already understand. You were selected for this because you don't hesitate, because a quiet room once held you at 19 degrees Celsius under white lights while unseen evaluators marked you operationally detached. No flag, no insignia, no record, just a number you memorized and erased as you stepped into a system that only measures survival, not success. And now, years later, time has flattened into sequences of insert, eliminate, extract, sleep reduced to fractured 90-minute segments stretched across 48 hours, promotions arriving without ceremony after 11 missions, then 23, then more, each one replacing instructions with expectations until silence itself becomes directive. And here, behind broken concrete, you scan thermal signatures multiplying from 1 to 5 to too many, your position compromised, your channels dead, fallback frequencies empty, calculations replacing emotion, 1.8 kilometers to extraction, 17 rounds primary, 9 secondary, blood loss increasing, survival probability falling toward 12%, yet you move because the unspoken rules hold firm. The mission is always real, silence is still command, and when something feels wrong, it is already too late. You break cover, controlled bursts dropping targets who move with training, not panic, confirming what your timing already suggested, that the insertion at 0240, the radio loss at 0317, the disappearance at 0319 were not failures but alignment, a design you were placed inside without consent, and the realization settles without shock as you climb 12 meters of incline for visibility you cannot afford, rounds grazing your shoulder, pain logged and dismissed as data, breathing regulated in precise intervals as drilled into you, until the variables collapse into a single decision point: run toward extraction and survive, or move deeper 300 meters east toward an objective already shifting under your feet. And you choose without thinking, because thinking was never the requirement, turning away from safety as pursuit accelerates behind you, blood loss narrowing your vision while you compensate with focus, counting down distance until a concrete structure emerges, heat signatures layered within, one isolated, stationary, and you adjust your approach, breach through a window 1.2 meters high, clear rooms in sequence with mechanical precision until you find him bound again, conscious, eyes wide with something you no longer interpret, cutting restraints as footsteps close in outside, 10 seconds collapsing into less as you stand between exit and objective, between survival and purpose. And in that suspended moment where everything is silent, you understand the only equation that ever mattered, that one choice saves you and the other justifies your existence, and you raise your weapon and pull the trigger cleanly, precisely, ending the objective as noise surges around you, breaching imminent, forcing you back through the window into the trees where confusion buys you distance, 200 meters, 400, 800, until the horizon softens with early light and the extraction point appears empty as expected. Yet you wait anyway because procedure persists even when logic fails, minutes stretching until rotor blades finally cut through air with no markings, no lights, no acknowledgement, and you board in silence, treated efficiently by hands that never meet your eyes, lifted away from a forest already returning to stillness as if nothing occurred, debriefed later in another 19 degrees Celsius room where you provide numbers and timings but omit the only moment that mattered, because they do not ask and you know they already know, cleared for another operation in 36 hours as years compress into indistinguishable sequences, your identity eroding alongside relationships that fade without confrontation, isolation becoming optimized rather than imposed, until one day the system simply stops calling you. No mission, no explanation, just absence that stretches into confirmation, and you are released as quietly as you were taken, stepping back into a world that feels uncontrolled and excessive, while somewhere else another room holds steady at 19 degrees Celsius, another file slides forward, another candidate reads and does not hesitate, and the system continues perfectly, as it always has, without you.